Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just jumping back into things with the Costa Mesa team that I brought to regionals, and yeah, I haven't really been climbing actually too much on Battle Spot, so I've been playing a bunch of games off screen, just really kind of getting acclimated to the format a little bit more since I competed for the first time in a while, and I'll probably be going to one or two more regionals in the upcoming months, so I want to get a little bit more familiar, but yeah, it'd be nice to slowly get our rating higher and maybe get into the 1700s once again. So we're going to get this episode kicked off. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please show your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. First opponent of the day is running a really interesting team. We're going to be going up against Neon with a team of Tapu Lele and Drifblim, so one of my favorite combinations, as well as Cortana and Metagross, both of which were on the VGC 2017 team that I used a lot, and then Hydreigon and Tyranitar to round that off. So that is definitely quite interesting. How do I want to approach this? Thinking Zapdos. Zapdos Lele seems still pretty solid. Definitely want Landorus here. Tyranitar's probably a no-go in this. Intuitively, you would think Metagross is the best last option, and it probably is, so I'm gonna go with that, yeah. So, Zapdos Lele here, which allows me to potentially match my opponent's Tailwind. I don't know if Psyche MZ knocks out Drifblim with Psychic Seed. So for those that maybe didn't follow VGC 2017, what you do with the Drifblim is you have Unburden, you get the boost with the Seed, and then you outspeed everything. And typically you run a moveset of Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, Tailwind, and then a filler move. We saw things like Rain Dance, Hypnosis, Disable, for example. So yeah, gonna get into the first game. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. It's gonna be Lele and Drifblim for my opponent, pretty much what I anticipated. Although I suppose the downside here is now if my opponent's Lele can one-shot my Zapdos, or if it has Taunt. I feel like both are actually kind of likely. So maybe this wasn't my best lead. Yeah, Amoonguss Tyranitar might have been a little bit better. But then the Lele could just one-shot me and Tailwind would go up, so maybe not. Okay. I mean, I really do want to just Tailwind and Psychic Z Drifblim. I'm just worried about the Lele having either Taunt or Shattered Psyche, both which are pretty likely in knocking out my Zapdos immediately, or denying me Tailwind. Yeah, maybe I should have taunted Lele, but that's just such an oddly specific play. I think maybe it was necessary, though. So let's see, I'll get the Shattered Psyche off. I don't even know if this knocks out Drifblim. I mean, like, if it doesn't knock out, it's not the end of the world. It's just like Drifblim actually puts in a lot of work against my team because of Will-O-Wisp. So ideally, I just match the Tailwind with my Zapdos. But, yeah, because if I match Tailwind, then I'm in a decent spot, because I've got pretty fast Pokemon Scarflanders and Metagross in the back. So, Shattered Psyche there, does still get the knockout on Drifblim. Okay, so that goes down, which is good. And I'm faster with Zapdos. Oh, I should have, yeah, I was going to say I should have noticed from the abilities, but it's actually hard to tell. And Lele just goes for a Psychic. Wow, okay, I'll take that. And that looks like Life Orb, yeah. I was going to say Life Orb or Specs. I was expecting Specs, but, good to confirm that. So, yeah, real throwback to VGC 2017. I used Life Orb Lele and Psychic Seed Drifblim for a lot of tournaments that year. So it's going to be Tyranitar coming out now for my opponent. Okay. The Tyranitar switch-in is interesting here. Could choose the Dragon Dance. I'd be okay with that. I don't think my opponent is intimidated on the team. On his team or her team. So I know Zapdos is faster. The only question is whether this Tyranitar is Scarfed or not. I am kind of worried about Scarftar. What do I want to do? I think I want to Moonblast Tyranitar, because I've got Metagross that checks the Lele easily. Yeah, I'm thinking of Roosting and Moonblasting. I don't want to just protect Lele here in case it's Dragon Dance. Okay, it doesn't look like it's Scarfed. That's really good. Well, it could be Weakness Policy. Is it? Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Unless they Dragon Danced. Yeah, I should have considered that. Lele's Moonblasting. And Rock Slide probably. Yeah. Wow, lucky me. I get an Avoid. I'm Now, I don't think I necessarily needed that, but that makes my life so much easier. Although, funnily enough, you actually don't get the knockout on Zapdos because I roosted there. So it's not super effective. But yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate avoid. Because now I can just Moonblast Tyranitar safely again. And I'm just going to Thunderbolt Lele. Presumably, Tyranitar protects here, but I'm just going to Moonblast to cover the option of it not protecting. Because then, even if you protect and you knock out my Lele, I get a free switch in. So what would have happened was if... I actually forgot. I assumed both of my Pokemon would go down. So I actually wasn't in as bad of a spot as I thought because of the weakness policy. Because what happens is... I switch in Landorus to replace the Lele, and then I can just click Earthquake and Thunderbolt. So, yeah, Tyranitar protects there. That's not too surprising, but the Thunderbolt will put Lele in KO range from an Earthquake, and then I can just Roost Earthquake this upcoming turn. So, yeah, I could have doubled up on Lele if I wanted to get real fancy, but I figured there's actually not much reason to do so. It's actually going to be the Psychic coming out, targeting the Zapdos instead. You know, I actually think I like that play a lot from my opponents, and it denies me of getting another Tailwind up, and I thought, surely my opponent wanted to aggressively target down Lele, but that's a great play by my opponent there, I think. But now I do get to bring in Metagross, and it means I can conserve the Intimidate. Sand is slowly chipping away at Lele as well, and I've got Scarf Landorus in the back, which I think is pretty good for me. So, let's look at what my opponent can switch into. Metagross is probably the most likely one. Yeah. Last turn of Tailwind on both of our ends. Still 3 turns of Sand, which should knock out Lele. So I'm going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to Stomping Tantrum the Tyranitar. Lele is going to faint if it gets another attack off. And because Tyranitar protected, I think I'm actually going to double up into the Tyranitar slot. A Stomping Tantrum plus a Moonblast should cover anything you could switch into. Yeah. And I think with Landorus in the back, and if Tyranitar just stays in, Tantrum knocks out, Tyranitar Moonblast gets redirected into Lele. So it's staying in, so that should be game here, I think. Because I've got the speed advantage. The protecting doesn't really accomplish anything. I guess you should probably protect Lele. No, sorry, Tyranitar here. Lele goes for the protect. But yeah, Tyranitar went for the protect last turn, which is why I doubled up into that slot. So Stomping comes out. Even if I don't get the knockout, I mean, surely I do. Moonblast will finish it off. And yep. So I Stomping there because in case my opponent had Metagross in the back, you could switch out into Metagross. Now the good thing is Sand is going to take a little bit more off Lele, and it will faint now from Life Orb. So yeah, this Lele is clearly like a lot bulkier and more offensive, so if I had to guess, like probably like around max HP, max special attack, which makes sense when you have Tailwind and Drifblim. But as a result, my Zapdos was able to outspeed it. It is going to be Metagross in the back, which I'm pretty happy to see, just because I've got the Landorus in the back. So all I need to do to win this game now is just Stomping Tantrum the Metagross. And I'm actually going to double up onto Metagross because the Lele is going to faint from attacking anything. So if I get chip damage off against Metagross, it will faint from an Earthquake from Landorus at this point in the game. So I don't really need to worry about the Lele because it's not doing anything, and it's the slowest Pokemon on the field at this point anyway. Even if Metagross protects, Lele gets 1 attack off, but then I accomplish the same thing next turn. Lele is actually the one going for the protect. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't target it. It's really not doing anything. It's going to faint in 2 turns maximum anyway. So, yep, Tantrum does around 60%. Opposing Metagross also going for a Tantrum. But with Scarf Landorus in the back, now I can just click Earthquake and seal up this game. So, yeah, ultimately, getting the knockout against my opponent's Drifblim was huge, and my opponent's Lele being slower and being Life Orbed and not taunting my Zapdos, as Moonblast actually crits the Metagross to get the knockout there. But with Scarf Landorus in the back, my opponent had no out, pretty much. So, yeah, because the Lele was slower, it not only allowed me to get up Tailwind, but it also allowed me to get another attack off. Obviously, the miss on the the Lele was kind of unfortunate, but because my opponent did have Metagross in the back, I think I had the game sealed up with Scarf Landorus, because I just bring it in, click Earthquake Thunderbolt, and just win the game. So, yeah, I don't think the miss actually mattered there, ultimately. But it could have been scary, because at that point, I didn't know what my opponent had in the back, so if it's something like Hydreigon, then it makes my life a little bit harder. But, yeah, we do just get the win there. So, Drift Lele, obviously a really strong combination back in 2016, last year, 2017. Won a bunch of tournaments, and it just is a really fast and oppressive, like, offensive lead, but I think, like, Zapdos is a little bit more consistent of a Tailwind option. Like, if you look at the Tailwind options in VGC 2017, you're kind of limited, because most things are relatively frail, but in 2018, where we have, like, a more open decks again, you have bulkier options like Zapdos, which allows you to not only get Tailwind up, but also sustain on the field, and potentially even get recovery off with, obviously, we saw the Roost in that game. So, yeah. I was kind of expecting the weakness policy Tyranitar to knock out my Zapdos, even though I roosted that turn, but fortunately enough it didn't knock out, so that really helped me out a lot. So, going to be a Japanese opponent for our next game, running a standard but very scary team. I believe there was a Japanese player that won like some offline tournament, and I don't remember if it was like these exact Pokemon, but I definitely remember like Cress, Heatran, Charizard. I want to say Landorus and Coco. I don't know if it's the exact same 6, but definitely a tough matchup. So the thing about these matchups is I always have to ask like what Mega Evolution do I want to bring, because both are really good. Tyranitar obviously covers the Charizard a little bit better, but is slightly weaker to the Landorus. And I do have Stomping Tantrum on Metagross as well, which deals with Heatran and Coco quite nicely. I mean, how do I want to approach this? Typically, like Landorus Charizard is a pretty common lead against me. So I think I'm going to go Landorus Lele. Allows me to U-turn. I would win the Terrain War against Coco. I get the Intimidate off. I really want Tyranitar in this game. I think I've just lost to so many Charizards in practice where it's like I just don't have any switch-ins, where I feel like it's honestly a necessity. So I'm going to bring Tyranitar, and I think I'm going to go Zapdos as my last one because I do have Thunderbolt for Charizard and then HP Ice for Landorus. Also gives me the Tailwind option late game. Normal Metagross is honestly slightly tempting here. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think I like Zap. I don't know, honestly. Actually, normal Metagross, the more I think about it, could make sense. Landorus, Lele, Tyranitar. Because I am quite weak to my opponent's Tyranitar. But I like the option of still having Tailwind in the late game, so I'm gonna not do it, not make a great call, and bring the Metagross. I'm just gonna bring Zapdos instead. So we'll see. I mean, with these teams, I'm thinking actually maybe I shouldn't have led Lele, because I think it's unlikely Cresselia is a Trick Room variant, and it's more likely it's just going to be Icy Winding. But, let's see. Yeah, maybe Landorus like Zapdos would have been a better lead. I bring Lele when I like really want to shut down Trick Room, because I've taunt. But it is actually Charizard Landorus, which I thought my opponent might have wanted to lead with here. Okay. So the first question is, how fast is that Charizard? Second question is, my Intimidate goes off first, so I'm either faster than my opponent's Landorus, or it's Scarfed and we speed tie. Because I could just launch a Shattered Psyche into Charizard immediately. Oh, wait, okay. So that's actually huge, because my Terrain went off first, so I know that that's not Scarf Landorus, which is really big for me. If I had to guess, it's AV. I'm going to U-turn the Landorus because I think it's going to swap out into Cresselia, and I'm going to Shattered Psyche the Charizard because I assume this Charizard is not going to be max speed. So if it protects, that's fine because then I get chip damage and Landorus switches out, which is great. And surely Charizard protects here. It's actually Heatran comes in, okay. It's a good switch in. Wow, Charizard opted not to Mega Evolve, but it's attacking. That's curious. I think I'm just going to go into Zapdos here. I mean, yeah. I don't want to go into Tyranitar quite yet, because then that Landorus can just come back in and intimidate me. But Charizard not Mega Evolving means I just get a Shattered Psyche off, which means I should just knock it out. I think, right? I mean, Shattered Psyche is really strong. The choice to not Mega Evolve is really interesting. I guess, like, it was... My opponent was considering me U-turning out into Tyranitar. But you get bulkier with Mega Evolution with Charizard, don't you? So, like, that would increase the chances of surviving this. Maybe it survives this naturally anyway. Nope. Okay, I'll definitely take that. That's so good. Mainly just because, I mean, this is where it's like, oh, if I had Metagross now it'd be better. But Charizard, obviously, like... The quicker I get rid of the Flying or Levitate type Pokemon on my opponent's side, the quicker I can Earthquake. Although that doesn't look like it's going to be the case with Cresselia as well. So yeah, Metagross maybe would have been a slightly nicer. That's fine. In this case, Cresselia, it's either going to Icy Wind or Trick Room. So if I want to cover both options, what I can do is Taunt and Tailwind. Yeah. Because that means, like, basically I just want to ensure that I have the speed advantage in the upcoming turns. And by Tailwinding, it covers the Icy Wind as well. Whoa, I was actually just going straight for a Sunny Day. Interesting. And... Am I missing? The Crest and the Heatran are really fast here. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. I'm less worried about Heatran because the Landorus Tyranitar deal pretty well with it. I mean, I could just Thunderbolt and Moonblast Crest. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I can easily take Heat Wave plus Ice Beam, and then I can Roost up again next turn. And the quicker I knock out Cress, as it actually switches out. Okay. Maybe I should have HP Ice then to cover that option. Yeah, that's a good switch. Because HP Icing there plus Psychicking probably just wins me the game, but that's not exactly the easiest read to make. Special attack drop, that doesn't matter as much. Good switch into there, and just a Heat Wave. Yep. I think surely this next turn, Heatran just Heat Waves again, and I think Landorus just switches out back into Cress. Yeah. So I'm just going to Roost here. I'm just going to go for a Psychic against the Heatran, because I should have been chipping down the Heatran instead of targeting down the Cress. I really thought like Heatran there. Oh wow, Landorus stays in. That is a interesting and impressive call. I should survive a Rock Slide plus Heat Wave anyway, so I think I'm fine, but not what I expected. Yeah. By roosting, I get rid of the super effectiveness. Is that Specs Heat Wave? This whole time, I like didn't even realize it really could be. Is it? Oh, that was a good U-turn too. I should have. Okay, so Cress comes back out now. Yeah, this is still a tough core to break through. Gonna bring in Tyranitar. Now we've got some mind games. Because obviously I could just Thunderbolt Crunch to knock out Cress. But Cress could just switch back out into Landorus. It's my last turn of Tailwind, I believe. Oh, I have to make call this turn correctly, I think. Who's switching out? I think I would switch Heatran out into Landorus. I would switch Heatran out into Landorus. So I could HP Ice, Mega Evolve, and Crunch. Oh, I don't know about this. It stays in. Oh, man. Oh, wow. So I could have Thunderbolt Crunched the Cresselia. What? Man, my opponent, I guess, just read me really well. Because Thunderbolt Crunch knocks out Crest, and I just win the game with Landorus. I'm so frustrated right now. Oh, but he's Sunny Days instead of Trick Rooming. Okay. No burn, and I think I'm still good. This is a really interesting game. Okay. So I'll bring in Landorus now. I have Superpower, but do I want to really lock myself into Superpower? The answer honestly might be yes. I think I need a Dragon Dance with Tyranitar, which is the other issue. Like, does Crest not have Trick Room then? I don't think he has Trick Room. No Superpower Heatran. Because Heat Wave will probably knock... If it's Specs like I think it is, Heat Wave will knock me out. I'm gonna Dragon Dance here. He just stays in with Heatran, okay. Oh, I hope Superpower knocks out. Okay, that's good. But now I'm facing against Landorus. I might have thrown this away, to be honest. Yeah, there's Icy Wind. So it does have Icy Wind. The question really is, what does this Landorus have, basically? I think I lose now, actually. I'm locked into Superpower. I should have targeted Heatran down more aggressively. I think it honestly might have been Specs. Okay, this is going to be close. If the Landorus has Superpower, this game's over. But if it has only Earthquake, I could still win. I got a Superpower and Crunch to knock out Landorus right now. And then a Crunch will knock out Cresselia. I'm not... yeah, like, I should have won this after the first turn, and I don't think I played well enough to capitalize off it. Okay, so the moment of truth. Landorus, does it have superpower? I feel like it should. Wait, it's slower than... This Cresselia is like timid, max speed or something. Jeez. I think Earthquake probably knocks me out anyway. I'm faster?! Please tell me I knock out the Landorus here. What is going on? What? How slow? How fast is this Cresselia and this Heatran? How slow is this Landorus? I'm so lost. What? Just what? Wow. That is not how I expected the game to play out, that's for sure. I knew the Landorus was slower than Lele, but I was like, surely it's like, what? And Cress was faster than Landorus. Like, it's not every day you see that, that's for sure. I mean, I think that Cress and Heatran both were super speedy. I really, like, I want to say that was Specs Heatran, man. I'm not sure. I know Sun was up, but it was just doing so much damage, and it was never protected, nor did it switch out. I'll play a third game again, because, why not? Yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed 2-game episodes or 3-game episodes more. I mean, I assume 3 games is, like, more exciting because you just have more content to watch, but I know sometimes it can be a bit longer. We're going to find Rich from Massachusetts. I'm wondering if this is, the same Rich we played a while back. He is using the same team, so I think it is. He's the father of, one of the really incredible guys over there, Zach, who, runs one of the best databases around for VGC. It's, I think, VGCstats.com. I'll link it in the description below, because that is a valuable resource to the community. So you should definitely check that out. If I remember correctly, he had like Payapo Amoonguss last time I played him. So once again, we got the Cress Zapdos. Amoonguss. I mean, I feel like my matchup here is okay. How do I want to approach this? Landorus Cress typically seems to work out pretty nicely. Sorry, Landorus Cress, Landorus Lele. Metagross is quite nice here. I mean, Zen Headbutt hits everything for neutral. I always gotta ask whether to bring Tyranitar or Metagross. I hate asking that question. Might go with Metagross around this time. And he could set up Tailwind of his own. I'm worried about the Mimilax as well, though. Yeah, if Mimilax is a concern, I could go Amoonguss. Do I feel confident enough with Landorus, Zapdos, and Lele to beat his core? That's pretty much it. Feel like the answer is yes. Do I want Amoonguss? I'm gonna bring Amoonguss. Alright, let's see. So, yeah, if this is the Rich who I'm thinking is, like I mentioned, he's the father of a player, and he actually plays VGC as well. He actually beat me at like a Premier Challenge when I was playing regionals in Massachusetts in 2016. And we did play against, I think, him and a very similar team back when I want to say I was using the Rain team. And he's a really nice guy, and his son is awesome. So, let's see. Gonna be Landorus and Lele coming out from my end, and Zapdos Charizard. Oh, that's pretty perfect for me, I would say. I mean, I get the initial Rock Slide off immediately with Landorus, and I can just Shattered Psyche Zapdos too. Yeah. The main question, once again, I have is how fast is this Charizard? Because, of course, Zapdos could switch out into Landorus. I think I'm still going to go for the same play. Yeah, I'm just going to Rock Slide and Shattered Psyche. Because if I take out Landorus, that's pretty good for me as well. No, Charizard just protects. Okay, that's fine by me. That's really good, actually. Because that means Zapdos isn't protecting, so as long as I hit Rock Slide, Zapdos should be gone. Okay. Nice. That did so much damage. I actually didn't even need the Psychic. Or Shattered Psyche. But the Shattered Psyche also covers the option of the Charizard switching out into Landorus, in which a regular Psychic probably doesn't knock out Zapdos. And the way I lose this game from the beginning position is if he sets up Tailwind, because then I lose the speed advantage, and then Charizard can spam like Heat Waves. And obviously, I decided to bring Mega Metagross instead of Tyranitar, so I'm really, really weak to that. But as a result, I deny any Tailwind going up, and I'm still in a position where I can just click Rock Slide again with Landorus. I do burn my Z move, but that's probably worth. Presumably Landorus is going to come in for him right now if he did bring it. If he didn't bring it, then I'd say I'm in a really good spot. Even if Landorus does come in, it's actually Snorlax coming in. Wow, okay. So with that, I mean, I'm just going to click Rock Slide again with Landorus. Question is, what do I want to do with Lele right now? I could taunt the Snorlax just to make sure it doesn't Belly Drum. But I'm thinking, honestly, I'd rather just Psychic. But the thing is, if you didn't bring in Landorus, like, that means Charizard will just feint to Rock Slide. You know what? I'm actually going to just taunt Snorlax, because that means you'd have to switch Snorlax out into Landorus, and Charizard's going to be the one switching out. Yeah, okay. Into Mimikyu? Yeah. So that's fine, because I'll break the Disguise, have a flinch chance on the Snorlax, and I'll taunt the Snorlax, which means no Belly Drum. I get a crit there, so pretty lucky. But yeah, I feel like Landorus is kind of a necessity for him to bring into this matchup against me. Like, otherwise, maybe lead Mimilax. But you get the taunt off, which denies Belly Drum, and it goes for a Body Slam. That's pretty cool. That is really cool, actually. Nice play. I'm just gonna Rock Slide again and Psychic. Ooh, I think I actually should be a little bit more careful here. I'm gonna switch out into a Mungus, yeah. And Psychic the Mimikyu. And I gotta get my Charger real quick, too. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't have great answers against Charizard, if you actually look at my team composition, because I didn't bring Tyranitar. So if I just lose, like, if I trade, and there's the Farium Z. So that's max speed Farium Z. If that goes into Lele, that will knock me out. Which could be scary. I do need to charge my DS as well. I really should just keep my DS plugged in. If that does go into Lele, that probably knocks me out. I was not anticipating the max speed variant on this team. It was quite scary, actually. But that's still not the end of the world, because I get the free switching into my Metagross now. But that does actually bring him back into this game, for sure. I think if I just Psychic, and even if I don't knock it out, but if I get a lot of damage off, that's a huge for me. But Body Slam will come out. Does get the paralysis. Oh boy. I'll bring in Metagross now. This is actually still really scary. 2 turns to Psychic Terrain. Just Spore the Snorlax, Mega Evolve, and just Iron Head Mimikyu. Yeah. So because I know Snorlax is still taunted, so I can't Belly Drum. If I put it asleep, that means, like, even if you... How it would work, the paralysis could actually help in my favor if that is min speed Snorlax. That was a great Fairy Z move, great decisions to be Body Slamming too instead of Belly Drumming. So, did give him a slight opportunity. And the Body Slam damage output's actually really huge too. But if Mimikyu doesn't protect here, I'll get the knockout, I'll put the Snorlax to sleep, and it won't take a sleep turn. And then I can Zed Headbutt into Charizard while switching out into my Landorus. Okay, so no Protector switch outs. That's good. So that should cleanly knock out Mimikyu, as it does. Yep. Crit there, but don't think that really mattered. And there's a Body Slam into a Mungus. Should activate my Berry. Yep. Alright, I do hope I get this Spore off. I kind of need that. The other question is how bulky the Charizard is, because Zen Headbutt, I do get paralyzed. And Taunt wears off. You need a ton of investment to survive Zen Headbutt from Charizard, or sorry, from Metagross. But, so what, the thing is, it's the last turn of Psychic Terrain. If I had 2 turns left, I'd feel really confident, but because it's the last turn, I'm a little bit more concerned. Presumably, Charizard protects here, so if it protects, I could obviously just switch a Mungus out into Landorus, and then I just click Rock Slide. I don't think Body Slam would knock me out after I switch in. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that, I think. Switch into Landorus, and Zen Headbutt the Charizard. This is kind of risky, I don't know. I think Charizard would want to protect here, Getting the Spore off would have been really nice because I don't have to worry about the Snorlax attacking, so that's kind of unfortunate. If I knock out Charizard, I'll win the game. But yeah, you need a ton of investment to survive Psychic Terrain, Metagross, and Headbutt. So it is Mega Evolving. Normally you Mega Evolve when you're attacking because you want to conserve the Sun turns. So let's see. Moment of truth. If it survives, I actually end up losing. Yeah, because presumably I just get Heat Waved. Of course I could Flinch with Zen Headbutt as well. So I'd say the odds are okay, but I don't know how bulky this Charizard is. Okay, it does protect. That's good. As long as Body Slam doesn't crit me, I should be in the clear. Oh, he actually high horsepowers. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because I take that easily. So the terrain disappears. And now I can just click Rock. I do need to hit Rock Slide, though, which is the scary part about this all. Because if I miss, I lose. I'm going to Zen Headbutt just because in case I miss. Ooh, actually, I should have Iron Headed just because I'm going for the flinch chance anyway. Okay, but I hit Zen Rock Slide, fortunately. That was scary. That was really scary. Yeah, because if I miss there, I lose the game because Charizard just clicks Heat Wave. But now I just should be able to deal with the Snorlax. Yeah. Yeah, so no Landorus from his end made my life a little bit easier, but the Mimikyu being a max speed, being able to snipe my Lele, definitely brought a lot of momentum back into his favor. I do get a flinch there, but I don't think it really matters too much at this point, because it's -2 Snorlax, so it shouldn't be able to knock out either of my Pokemon. Or it's actually -1, sorry. But it shouldn't be able to knock out either of my Pokemon, and obviously I've got the flinch chances in my favor anyway. Just to guarantee the victory, I'm going to switch out into a Moongus, because I've got Superpower on Landorus. I just want to not click the Rock Slide button and just Iron Head. And Mega Metagross' natural defensive bulk helps out a lot here. Because I can take high horsepowers easily. So yeah, I feel like if he Body Slammed the Landorus slot, that could have been really scary if it crit or... I think you can paralyze ground types even with Body Slam, right? If I remember correctly. So if you got a Paralysis there, that could have been scary too. But fortunate enough, that did not happen. So yeah, I will be able to just seal up the game. Good game though, that was really scary. I think I had a really good lead advantage, but he was definitely able to make some really good plays to get back into it. And having to rely on hitting your attacks to win the game is always really scary, because it's like, you know, you're in a position where you win most of the times, but there is that slight opportunity, excuse me, for you to not win. But yeah, that was a really fun episode. We do get 3 full games, slightly shorter than the other ones. I think in the previous ones I'd always want to play like a third game, and then it would just like take forever, so then the episode ends up being like 35 to 40 minutes instead of like just under 33 minutes, which looks like this one is. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We do net up a couple of good wins, which I'm happy about. Hopefully we can continue it. I'd really like to finally make a more serious attempt to climb the ladder, because I've been hovering really just in the 1600s, just trying out a bunch of different things off screen and so yeah, I want to take my play a little bit more seriously and get a little bit higher, see what's up in the higher ranks. But yeah, it's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys as always for watching. If you enjoyed, please share support by leaving a like, go check out the other episodes, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.